Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Due to deep explanation and deep concepts of variables and comments I have explained in Python, the video has became a bit longer. So watch till the end. You will be perfect in the all variables, concepts and comments concept in the Python. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in my previous videos of Python course, I have told you about the programming and reasons to learn Python, and in my second video I have told you how to download Python and VS Code interpreter. So I think you may have watched the two videos. If you didn't watch it, go to my channel and watch them too. It is of only 5 minutes, so you will complete it in 10 minutes. I hope you have downloaded your Python in your PCs. So once go to your cmd command prompt. After going into cmd command prompt, you need to type Python. As you can see, I'm typing on the screen. Just type Python and press enter. After pressing enter, it will show you the installed version of Python. If not installed, it will show error. So install it. If you want to exit from it, just exit and two curly braces. So you can exit from that. So let's move on to the Python tutorials. So today I'm going to teach you about two main concepts of Python, that is comments and variables. These are two major things in Python and very basics also. You will apply these two concepts in your almost every codes of Python. So when you go advanced also, these should be main. So that's why I took this as the first chapter, and I will share this PDF in my link in the description. You need to complete the human verification and directly download the PDF from my DL upload site. So I think you all know how to complete a human verification. You may all have done it before. I hope so. If you don't know, I'll make a video also. If you don't know how to complete a verification, please comment below so that I will make a video and explain how to open my links further. So this PDF I have been sharing in my description, so go check out and download this PDF. And with every PDF I have given you the practice sets also, so that you can apply your concepts in this question solving. I will explain them in the interpreters also in this video. If you have any doubt, these are very basic questions I have given to you. So let's start our concept. So I have opened my VS Code interpreter also, and I have opened a folder in it called Python practice. I think you all know about it, how to open a folder, or you may do it in your normal things also. If you want to use the interpreter given by the Python also, it is well and good. Just if you want to use the interpreter given by Python, you need to do a thing. Just right click on your desktop and go to new. Just go to new and click on text document. Just follow my steps to do it in your Python interpreter only, not taking the step to download VS Code interpreter or going much further. So .py, as you can see, .py should be the extension because it is a Python file. So I am typing as Python practice. So enter. Yes, as you can see, the Python symbol on the file. So now you need to right click on it, and it will show you the options where you can choose the option edit with IDLE. As you can see, directly you can edit this file in your Python interpreter inbuilt. So this is an easy way to use your interpreter if you don't want to download VS Code. If you want to download, just go and check out my video. So let's start the topic. Comments in Python. So here I have given my handwritten notes with in detail every point I have covered, that too in depth. So let's start. Comments in Python. Comments are the things where you need to explain the Python code. So I forgot one thing. So let's write our first Python program or syntax. Let's call it a syntax. So we need to write a first Python syntax to know a major thing in Python called print function. So as you can see in your interpreter, just type print. Print is a inbuilt function. Print is a inbuilt function in your Python interpreters or your Python, only Python, which is installed in your computer. So Python is inbuilt, sorry, print is an inbuilt function where you can print any values as the output. So print is the function where you can print anything, integer, string, booleans, all data types, etc. in your output. Anything you will write in the print function, it will be executed in your output in your terminals. So here is the input and here you can see the output. So we'll in print and you need to keep the curly braces which is called as parenthesis, and you need to keep single quotes or double quotes. This is very very necessary. Single quotes or double quotes, as you can see. So I prefer single quotes. And here, hello world, this is our simple first Python program. So are you guys excited? So let's run it. As you can see, my running has been started. Due to screen recording, my PC is lagging. As you can see guys, the print hello world has been printed in output. So this is our first Python program or syntax. So this is the basic one in Python. So let's put it down. Okay. No, now comments. I told you comments are used to explain Python code. As you can see, I have written the first point. It is used to explain Python code. You know, Python programs are shared by many developers. Suppose you are writing a code and sharing to your friend, and he will edit the code and he will use your code for his purpose. Like that, many developers use their codes, use their neighbors codes or their friends codes, etc. Or you can use anyone's codes from the Google, GitHub, etc. If comments are not there in your program, and other developers or other programmers may not able to read your code, because you are the only one who can understand your code. So if I am a developer and I wrote print hello world, but another members don't know what is print, why we have used print. As you can see, comments are defined with hash symbol. As you can see, hash. And I am typing here, print is used to print output in Python. As you can see, if any other developer or programmer saw it, he can have an idea that print is used to print output in Python. So you may guys now understand what is a comment and how it is defined. It is defined with a hash symbol, as you can see here. And this is the one of the main use of comment. And comments, as you can see here, my second point, comments can be used to make the code more readable. So if he don't know about print, now by reading the above comment he came to know about print. After some advanced in Python you will become, then there will be some complex codes only you can understand because you wrote it, but other members cannot understand how you thought and why you kept that code there. So if you specify the explanation of code in your comments, they can understand it clearly and they can use your code. So comments are the major ones in that. So comments are not executed in our output. When you are executing this, as you can see, I'm pressing on the run symbol. When we run our program in the terminal, the comments will not be printed, because Python converts the our code into machine learn language. So whenever it sees a hash symbol and behind it the syntax we gave, it ignores it. It just ignores it, and it takes it as the comment. So it does not print any output. If you write the code without the hash symbol, as you can see, Python will give an error because we did not specify anything in this line. So is, print, in, these have separate functions. So as you can see, our output is printed as hello world. So our comment has been ignored by the Python interpreter. It did not execute any Python comments. So I hope you have good idea on comments in Python now. And as you can see, my last point here, a comment does not have to be text that explains the code. It can also be used to prevent Python from executing code. As you can see, it does not execute it in the terminal while you run the program. It is just used to explain the code or prevention execution while testing the code, etc. These are the uses of comment. Now I think you have good knowledge of comments in Python. Comments are very easy, and if you want to write 2 to 3 lines code, I'll tell you about this. If you want to write 2 to 3 lines code, wait a second. If you want 2 to 3 lines code, you need not write always hash before the comment. This hash is only used for single line comments. So if you want to write multiple line comments, you need to use 3 apostrophes. I mean quotes, single quotes. You can use double quotes also, but 3 times we should use it. As you can see, I'm specifying this is a comment. If you will not close this single quotes, it will throw error. If you close it, it the Python thinks that this is a comment. So like this, you can write a multiple line comment. As you can see, now this full is a comment. So these are the single line and multiple line comments in Python. So I'm just removing it because our comments statement has been finished. Now we are moving into variables. These are one of the main things. Now you will learn the variables in this chapter. From next chapter, in every code you will use variables. Every code start with variables in our next chapters. So listen carefully to the variables. As you can see, the first point is very important. These define variables. Variables are containers for storing data values. So first I will tell the rules to write variables. So where are the rules? Yes, as you can see, variable names. There are 4 rules to write variable names. Nothing complex, just understand the concept. So variable names. If you want to define a variable, if you want to define a variable, suppose A to Z alphabets, A to Z alphabets. In this alphabets, anything you can use to define a variable. Combination of alphabets, single alphabets, capitals, smalls. Anything you can use. But a variable must start with a letter or the underscore character. You may know the underscore character, the key which is present right to your zero number in your keypad. I think you may all know it. And a variable cannot start with a number. If you start with a number, that is an integer, suppose 1 is equals to, I'm specifying a, it will throw error because 1 cannot store any value, so it is not a variable. So variables cannot be defined or named with the numbers, starting numbers, but more you can keep, suppose a1, like this you can keep, but first letter should not be an integer, so no numbers are allowed. So variable numbers names are case sensitive. So this is an interesting topic. Suppose we took age of a boy. Age of a boy is 10 years. 10 years. Again, first letter capital. Age 20 years. full caps 30 years. As you can see, these three variables are different from each other because they all define years only, means the age only, but they are case sensitive. As you can see, full caps and only one letter cap and no caps. So these variables are case sensitive in Python. If one letter also is changed or capitalized or decapitalized, there will be a difference between each other. So I'll explain in detail. In Python, a differs from capital A. So I think you have understood this. A differs from capital A because A has one value, capital A has another value, then they both are not equal. I hope you have understood. So if any one letter is different from another letter or any other word also, they both are different. If suppose you will specify age is equals to 40, then there will be a clash between these two ages. So if you capitalize only G, which is different from all three, now no problem. So variables are case sensitive. I hope you have got good command on these 4 points. They are very simple. Variable name should not start with a number. So finished. They should not start with a number, and they should always contain alphabets and numbers and underscore. As you can see, any other specialized character are not allowed. Only these three specialized characters only allowed. Not star symbol, neither dollar symbol, neither at the rate symbol. Any other symbols are not allowed in variable defining names. So let's move on to what is variables. I told you variables are data storing containers. Now you know how to write variables. So let's take a is equals to 10. Suppose we are writing a list of numbers. As you can see, a is equal to 10 comma 20 comma 30 comma 40. So this is a list. So we are adding many lists in our code. Let's assume. So you cannot remember the first list after writing the 10th list. You cannot remember. So but computer can remember. So variables are used to store data. Suppose a is there here. In A, we stored these four values, which we want to execute at the last. But we have forgot the full list. Means after writing 10 list, no one can remember the first list, no? So variables will help us in this. If we assign a values to a variable called A, again B is equals to 70, comma 80, comma 90, comma 100. Let's assume. So variables will be storing the values which we will give them. So if we want to print the variables a and b, I am showing you a and b. As you can see, after printing these two, they will show us the list which we have given to them in the output. So variables will store the content which we will give them, so that that variable we can use it in our next code. So no need of remembering anything. Just keep a variable and assign a value to it. No need to remember anything in your code. Just remember the variable which you have assigned to it, so that you can use that variable in your last code. Or else remembering this very big numbers will be a great difficulty to a programmer. That too, not one or two, 10 lists are very different and very difficult also to remember. So variables are very much helpful, and we always assign many values in our Python code. Variables are very important in our Python code. From next chapters, I have told you before, in every program we will start the program with variables only. As you can see, the output has been printed. Two lists have been printed. So these are the use of variables. Variables will store the values, just it. So these are the 2 points you just read, you will be understanding. So casting, as you can see, casting. So first I will tell the get the type actually. So wait a minute. If you want to get the type of a variable, so for a I have given 1, for b I have given 2, or let us assume I have given a as the value. So before telling this, I have to tell you a concept, little bit concept of data types. Only little bit concept because it is in the next chapter. I'm just telling a little bit concept. There will be 6 data types, 6 or 5. No, I'm not matter to it. In next chapter, I'll tell you in detail. Now just listen the basic: strings, integers, booleans, floats, etc. So when you assign a value to a variable, you can get the type of the variable. Means, as you can assume, integers are always numbers. As you can see, this 1111 is a integer, is a integer, integer. And the things, listen to my words, the things which are kept inside. So let us take a variable called c and explain that. Let us assume c. Whatever the values you have been keeping inside the single quotes or double quotes, that will become a string. Suppose you will keep one inside the string also, sorry, the double quotes also, it will become a string, not an integer. Computer has a blind spot there. If you have kept any number, integer, float, any number, anything, any value inside a double quote or single quote, it is an integer. As you can see, I'll type function, there is a function called type function. I hope you have understood what is string, integer and float. So first I'll tell float what is float. So let us create a enable another variable. I'm deleting this too, as you can see. So you also need to write the code and check once on your own, so that you will have a good command on your variables or concepts. So d I am writing, 1.0. So this 1.0 is not executed as integer, it is executed at float numbers. So this is the third data type. I am telling only 3 data types in this chapter because it is the next chapter one, because I gave the concept called get the type and casting. So in these two concepts, I need to tell you about the strings, integers and floats, so that you can do typecasting and get the type. So I think you're not confused, and you're listening my video very concentrately. If you're watching my video for the first time, so please go and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon. So moving on to our concept, as you can see, d is equals to 1.0, but we know that 1.0 is same as 1, but computer has a blind spot there. Computer always thinks that if any number has decimals, any number has decimals in it, then it is known as float. Blindly you can say that it is a float number. 1.0, 1.1, 1.00000 also, it is a float number only. As you can see, it is showing here only float. This is a string, this is an integer. So I'll show you how to know the type of a variable. Okay, if you don't know how to find what type of variable this is, just we have a function called type function. Type, in this type also we need to keep two curly braces, and inside the curly braces we need to keep the variable which we want to know the type. So if you keep a, wait, I'll show you for the 3. Print type of b, sorry, b is not there, I have deleted it. So we'll keep c, no matter. So print d, type d. So as you can see, D. Now when I'll run it in my execution, it will come as class int, class string, class float, because one is an integer and another one is in between the two single quotes. I told you, any number, anything, any value you keep between single quotes or double quotes, then it will be known as string. So it will executed as string. And next one, d is equals to 1.0, it is executed as float because it has a decimal number. Even it is 0, even it is 1, even it is any number. So as you can see, it is executing. I hope you are understanding my concepts. As you can see, class int, string and float. So I think you are clear with this type function. You can get any type of variable by using type function. Type, inside it curly braces, you keep any variable name you have assigned to it. Suppose a variable, I have assigned one value to it, so I'm kept a inside a type function and I've printed it. So it has become a, it came output as int, string and float. So this is one of the easy method to find type of a given variable. And in my next chapters I'll tell you what is data types in depth. So for typecasting and get the type, I told you this small concept. So I'll let me remove this. No, I'll stay this. So I'm not removing the statements because I have worked with this. So you want to mm, you want to change the type of the ACD values, but you are not going to the variables and clearing this zero so that it will become a string, or keeping a single quote so that it will become a string. If you will remove two single quotes and 1.0 so that it will become an integer, you can do like that. But if you don't know where they are in your code, but simply you can turn them into the once you want, as if seed is there, you want it as integer but it is executed as string here in our output. If you want to change their type, which is called as type casting. As you can see, if you want to change any variable into your own string or float or integer booleans etc, you can change into anything using typecasting. As you can, how you will do it, I'll show you. Suppose you want to change a to string, so you'll specify a is equals to str. Strings are noted as str. You can see here integers int, float float. So string, this will also have a curly braces. Inside string we are going to keep a variable, so that the variable a which is python is executing. Oh, I'll tell you one thing. When python executes our code, it will go line by line. Line by line the python reads our code and gives us the um, output in our terminal. So this is the python method. First the python will go through a, because it is in the first line, and it will think that a is equals to 1, means a is a integer. After coming 4 lines, in fifth line it sees this command a is equals to string a. So it thinks that no, a is not integer, it will change the integer into string. This is called typecasting. You are changing the type of a variable from string to integer, integer to float, float to any other data type you want. So we are going to change all the values integer. Suppose c you want as integer but it is executed as string, so int c. So like this only you can do for all the variables which you want to typecast. So d is equals to, we want is at integer only. As you can see, integer. So integer d, int d. So when you'll print their values, the types will be given according to our wish, because we have kept here string int int. So the same order will be printed string int int, because we have typecasted the variables according to our wish. This is known as typecasting in Python. So I think I am clear with typecasting. So yeah, I will tell you this last three cases in the variables. While assigning variable values also, you will have three cases. These are very very simple, and just I'm telling it as reference. No need to remember this all. I mean these three cases. You need to remember the concept. As you can see in my execution, string int int. So I think you have clear idea about typecasting and type function also. So our last topic of this chapter. After this one, we will do practice set also. I'll explain the practice set also, so that if you don't get any question, just watch my video. So camel case, there will be three cases in variables assigning values. I have told you before only age capital A or middle G is capital or three are capitals. So camel case says that each word except the first starts with a capital letter. So as you can see, my variable, suppose my variable, no, my first variable I'll write. My first variable is equals to 1. So here, except my first alphabet, other all are in capital. As you can see, variable starting capital, F capital. So except my starting alphabet, other all are capital. So then it is called as a camel case. These are very simple and no need to remember. They are not much important. If you give any first letter capitals also, that is your wish. There will be no particular that you need to keep only camel case, Pascal or snake case. When it comes, if you don't know also, you can search in Google what is Pascal, camel or snake case, or open my PDF and check it. I have given clearly. So in Pascal case it says that each word starts with a capital letter. So your first word also should start with a capital letter, finished. So this, when all first letters of the words in a variable starts with a capital letters, then they are known as Pascal case. I hope you understand. And next, a snake case. Each word is separated by a underscore. You may be seen this in your many IDs, Insta IDs. So as you can see, there is no particular that you need to keep only capital, small, etc. You just need to keep underscore after every word in your variable. Then it is known as snake case. I hope you have understand my concept up to now. Once I'll give a recap of all the things which I have told you. Comments. Today, what we have discussed, I am giving a recap. So just listen to it. Comments. Comments are just used in Python to explain the Python code. That is one. Second, it is used to escape the execution of the code. So Python ignores the comments. I have told you. Next, variables. Variables are the data storing containers. If you want to store any big data, small data, raw data, any data of your school attendance list, or any, you are doing any project files, etc., anything you are going to store in your variables, because it is a data storing containers. Their work is to store data and give you the output whenever you want it. They'll give you their data from it. When you store a data in variables, if you want the data in the variables, you need to just write the variable name. No need to again bring full list. So these are the very uses of variables. And typecasting is mainly done when you want to change the type of a variable. Suppose a variable is now a integer, you want to change that as string. So you will change the type of the variable as string a, so then it will be changed to string. If you want to change that int, you can change it as int, so it will be changed as integers. So this is a very simple concept, I hope. Now next, type function. Type function is used to get the type of the data type. So if a variable a is equals to something, but you don't know what is the type of the variable, so type of the variable is defined when you give a value to it. Suppose a value in a is a number, then it is an integer. Otherwise, if there is any double or single quotes, then it is blindly, you can assume it has a string. Next, any number with decimals, you can assume it as float. But you don't know the numbers or anything the variable has, just write type brackets, curly brackets, and give the name of the variable inside the type function, inside the these two brackets, as you can see on the screen, so that you will get the value of the, sorry, you can get the type of the variable. So case sensitives you may be understood, variable names once you read you will get understanding. So these three cases are not much important, but I gave because you need to know what is them. So variables and comments I have fully covered in my video. So I hope you understand, and I'm going to explain you the practice set of comments and variables. These questions are very simple and they are directly from the concept. I have given you six questions. Six questions I'm going to explain you. So try on your own. If you don't get, just watch my video. So first question, what is the symbol used to create a comment in Python? This is a very simple question, but basic question. This is a symbol. This is a comment. As you can see, this is a symbol. This is the hash is the symbol which is used to create a comment. Next, write a comment describing print statement. So this is also direct concept question, I think. So first I am writing comment, then I'll write print. This print function is used to print output. As you can see, so this is print, I have written down. So this is a comment which I wrote to describe a print statement. So this is very simple, I hope you will get it. And create a variable name called car name and assign a value Volvo to it. You may all know the Volvo car. So the question is to, you should give a name of a car. Actually the variable name is car name, and you should give a value as Volvo. It's very simple. The what is the car name? The car name is Volvo, like that. So variable is car name, they only give, and space you need to keep single quotes or double quotes, your wish, because it is a string, because it is a name, it is a word. All words names are strings. You need to specify, you need to give compulsorily the single quotes or double quotes. As you can see, I have given the value to it, car name is equals to Volvo. And this is only the question, they did not ask me to print what the car name, so I'm not printing it. Display the sum of 5 plus 10 using variables x and y. So this is somewhat easy question. We need to display the sum of 5 plus 10. I forgot to tell you that we can add variables, we can multiply variables, we can divide variables, and we can find remainder of variables also. I'll give you an example by this question also. Y is equals to 10. So now I am printing x plus y. X plus y is only valid to a integers. For suppose when you kept two apostrophes beside x, then it will not execute, it will show an error, because a string and an integer cannot be matched or cannot be uh, added, cannot be subtracted, cannot be multiplied, cannot be divided. So I hope you understand, because strings or floats or integers, these have their separate significance. So you need to add only integers to integers, strings to strings, float to float. So you need not add integers to strings. If suppose x is equals to 5, but it is in the form of string, then you can use typecasting. I have told you, you can change the value of x is equals to string 5 as integer 5, as I have told you in the before. I hope you have understand it. So I am running it now. The output will be 15. It's very simple. Meanwhile the code runs. Let's go to the next question. In the next question, it is showing remove the illegal characters in the variable name. For this question, you need to read the rules of variables. You need to read that four rules of variables and answer this question. I am not going to tell this question because it is very simple. So you need to answer this question in my comment box, so that I will come to know how many you have done the practices on your own. So let's move on to our last question. So this is a bit complicated question. I have not told about this, but I'll tell now. Insert the correct syntax to assign the same value to all three variables in one code line. So I have told you now, x is equals to, suppose they are telling orange, because it is a string, so I am keeping single quotes. I hope you understand. So, and I have told you only single line variables, but I did not tell you about the multi values we can assign to a single, sorry, multi variables can assign to a single value, as x is equals to y is equals to z is equals to orange. Now x is equals to orange, y is equals to orange, z is also equal to orange. These are is equal to, we used to compare. And this is division symbol. I hope you know addition symbol, subtraction symbol, and multiplication symbol. Wait, multiplication, and this is reminder symbol. You may not know about this, but in my future codes I'll show you what is the use of reminder. We'll have questions also in it, so understand this. Now I have assigned multi variables to a single value by using is equal to's. Like this also you can write. I'll show you. Like this also you can write y. Okay, y is equals to x. Y is equals to x is also indicates that y is equals to orange. Z is equals to y. This all means same. X is equals to orange. Y is equals to also orange. Then z is automatically equal to orange. So by not writing this two lines code, I have just written equal to x is equals to y is equals to z. I hope you have understood this concept. If you did not understand any concept, just type a comment below. I'll make another video on it, or I'll clarify your doubt in the comment section also. So thank you for watching, and I hope you will download this PDF for reference, which is there in the description. So thank you for watching.